So, I'm convinced that anger is like the ultimate um the ultimate delusion, anger. You know, because when you think about anger, right? You are angry at somebody or something or whatever the fuck you think is actually happening. There are a couple of core tenets and a couple of core principles that most Jedis in the buildings know, yeah? That there is no they. They is an illusion, yeah? You're not even here, yeah? You think you're here, but you're actually not. You're experiencing here. Also, there is no spoon. So, not only that, there's also what you perceive as reality is what reality appears to you, but it's actually just randomized chaos. It's just matrix code that you collapse based on your beliefs and where you are in the game. But anger has to be the ultimate delusion, because anger is what will convince you that there is another. Yeah. I don't think anger itself convinces you. So let me rephrase that. I don't think anger itself convinces you, but there is something within yourself that convinces you that there is an other. So therefore, anger is like a defensive protective mechanism, right? That kind of shows up and puffs up your chest and what the fuck? And does all this other shit, yeah? But the thing that I'm trying to get to the nuts and bolts of it, because the very thing that convinces you that there is another person is the ego. It's a voice within your mind. It's nothing else. It's the ego. And it's just a voice in your mind, yeah? It's no different from, it's a serpentine voice, if you like. It's a serpent voice that kind of crept up on Eve and whatever, right? Because that's all it is. It's a voice. It's not a real thing. It's a thought that can convince you for it to take hold and take control of you and possess you. Excuse me. Because the thought itself is what wants to grab hold of you and run you. Yeah. So that's the kind of truth about anger. Because it's like, there are other components as well, like, because naturally things can disgust you. A person can disgust you, like for me, things, everybody has disgust, like, ooh, that's gross or whatever, like, and that's a natural kind of thing. Yeah. And I think even disgust should be looked at slightly different, because yes, there is an aversion to the thing, yeah? But if you still see the being as it is, you can see the disgust and place it somewhere else and also realize that the being is within the thing, yeah? But anger doesn't actually do the recognition. Anger causes full separation, because anger is like, ugh, like you, and you want to do things to the other person, but there's no other person. So like a lot of these kind of like gangsters and rude men and bitter, scornful people and angry people and belligerent people and warmongers and shit like that, they are literally just kind of, I mean, we know they live in ego. Those of you that are here, but it just shows that they are completely subject to the voice in your heads, which means, sounds like a massive helicopter on top of the building. Hold on. Yeah, it's a massive commercial one. I've never seen it before, but yeah, it means that they live in their heads, yeah, constantly listening to that voice, which then means that they don't live in reality, which means that they are delusional, because you're not living here. You're in your mind. Even though your mind can produce the very same thing for you, it's not real. because it's an illusion. Your mind can create stuff because you are okay. Good. Now you have to do away with anger, bro. You have to. I mean, people that know me will tell you that I'm very impatient because I can't suffer fools or foolishness. I can't do it. It just, there's a part of me that just kind of goes, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, just fucking see it for what it is. But over time, I've learned to actually become more patient because I try and see the thing within them and level with people and things and stuff. Because I realize that most people, even though their consciousness in human form haven't actually evolved to the actualized human. Yes, there are actual living, breathing animals walking amongst us, bro. Truly. If you don't believe me, just turn on the news or pick a fucking, go and just people watch somewhere. Yeah. Go to a nightclub, go out into society and go and look. There are animals everywhere. You know, people that kill people are animals. People that attack people are animals. People that steal from people are animals. People that rob people, animals. Yeah. People that huddle together as a gang, animals. Because all these traits are animalistic behaviors. Like, animals then learn it from us. Animals just do these things naturally. So therefore, if we, the supposed higher being or closest thing to consciousness itself in human form, is replicating these things, who's copying who? Okay, that's your answer. So yeah, so I'm starting to learn to try to level more with people and, you know, to be less impatient. But anger is something that I try to avoid, because when you lash out, you're only lashing out at a mirror, you know, even though it feels satisfying. Yeah, it's like, got him or whatever. It's like, it doesn't actually do anything. It's stupid. It's stupid, you know. So I think that the main point of this thing is to get you to see, because I want you, because we've gone past the levels, bro. At this point, we're like realms, you feel me? So we really want to get into the mechanics of the game, yeah? So I want you to start isolating that voice. Yeah, isolate it. Like, when something comes up, someone pisses you off, someone cuts you off in traffic, someone says something that's really, like, I'm saying this because somebody actually said something yesterday to me that was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And it literally didn't make sense. It literally didn't make sense, bro. Like, I swear it didn't make sense. I was like, are you actually fucking dumb? You know, but I had to kind of like not respond, not react, should I say. You know, and I didn't even bite. I just kind of like let it go. And I started to think about it, and I was like, there is something within me that's really trying to get me to look at this with all my energy and realize that, you know, what the fuck did they mean by that shit? But going back to the original point, if people haven't actualized or people don't realize what the game is, then it's natural that they will do things to others to get a response. Yeah, because they haven't actually evolved yet. Just like how an animal will try and poke, you know, another animal to try and get a response. Yeah, you know, it's natural human behavior. Hold on 1 second. There's a fly in here. I had to shoot a fly. They fucking annoy me. So it's like, yeah, what was I saying? So it's like, you have to understand that it's a natural thing that, you know, because an actualized human wouldn't do that. There's no point scoring. There's no, I'm going to try and put you down to make myself feel better. There's none of this kind of like trying to level the playing field because they feel threatened by your energy or whatever it is. There's none of that stupid stuff. That's purely animalistic. Yeah. You know, go and look at animals in the wild, especially those that live in hierarchical societies. You will see what I'm talking about. It's a fact. So the aim of the game is to, like, when these things happen to you, just see for what it is. Yeah. See for what it is. Realize that there is, there's a voice within you. There's a thing within you, you know, and that's why the ego is so flesh and animalistic. It is flesh based and animalistic in nature, because it recognizes its own counterpart. It recognizes its shadow. It recognizes its reflection in others. That's why it's able to dissect and break down the thing and go like, whoa, you're trying to, and then you actually use your conscious energy to respond because the ego itself can't do it. Yeah. So yeah, learn to let it go, bro. Learn to let it go. Yeah. And isolate the voice. And when you're able to isolate the voice, you will hear it. It sounds just like you, bro. Literally, bro. It's your voice. It's crazy. Literally is your voice. It's like it's a master illusion, bro. It sounds just like you. So it actually makes you think that it's you speaking to yourself, but it's not you speaking to yourself. Because when you speak to yourself truly, from the perspective of consciousness, there is no voice, just this knowing. It's like you kind of just know stuff, or things just become apparent to you. That's how you know. But when it's a voice, it's something that's speaking, and that's something that's within you, something within your flesh that's speaking. Yeah. So yeah, man. So do away with all that kind of shit, bruh. And yeah, the rest will fall into place once you kind of do that, you know? Because, yeah. And when people try and poke you and try and, you know, pull you down to their level or try and make you feel small because they are small, you know? Because big people don't do that. Yeah, big energies don't do that. And chances are if you're here, you're a big energy. You don't need to do that because the more you actualize, the more you radiate, the more your aura expands. It's just the way it is, right? It's like XP points in a video game, yeah? So don't feel no way, yeah? The mountain that's there, like it's a mountain, it's chill. It doesn't need to respond to anything. It's cool, it's a mountain. You know, the ocean's there, you can, you know, you piss in it and stuff like that. It'll just cleanse itself and just carry on being an ocean and it's still clean and pure, you know? So just be that big energy, bro. There's no place for anger. Yeah. I think I'm going to title this. I think I made a video back along talking about egos and stuff like that. And animals. Yeah, I think I might title this the part 2. Yeah, I'll try and dig it out and find it. I can't remember the title. Anyway, I'm out. I'm going to go do some stuff now. Peace.